Hi everyone. So the lesson is a simple calculator in Objective-C. So let's see how to develop a simple calculator based on the knowledge we gained from the previous lessons. We'll be using Xcode version 11.4.1 for practicals and Apple developer docs and API referencing. You need to have some knowledge about programming and you need to complete the following lesson in this series, which is data types, variables and constants. Have a look at that lesson before this. We'll be developing a simple calculator and we'll be doing practical demonstrations as usual. So let's dig into details and let's create the project, right? So first thing I have to do is I have to start Xcode and make sure to create a new Xcode project. And if it's iOS single view app selected, for this project you have to make sure you select Mac OS command line tool, and later we will move into iOS in a little while, right? After a couple of lessons. So select command line tool and then give a meaningful project name, and let's give a meaningful name now. And make sure to select the language as Objective-C for this lecture series. Click next and then give a meaningful location. So let's click new folder and let's create it over here, right? Simple calculator, and just say create. So you will be taken to this page where you have the settings, and in the left hand side over here when you have where you have the project navigator, you can see your project and then click on the main.m, which is your source file. So you'll see some comments at the top and import statements and the main method, and you will see auto release pool block. We'll talk about that later. It is coming under memory management, and then you will see ns log, right? So let's say starting. Okay, great. And now we are developing a simple calculator based on the knowledge we have got from the previous lessons. So for a simple calculator, I need to declare variables to store numbers. So I will say int number one, let's say to store the first number, and let's say it's number 10. And let's create another variable, an integer called number 2. Let's put a value of 5. Now let's create another variable to store the answer. And let's say that now answer is equal to number 1 plus number 2. So that is, we have done the addition of the calculator, right? So let's say this is answer 1, right? So addition. And now if I want to print, let's say printf, you can say total is equal to, now you know you have to put a comma and say put the variable, right? But also you know that it won't print this unless you put the present the format specifier, right? We have done that, but let's do it step by step. So let's run. So once you run it, you will see the outcome, and also I have got a warning. These yellow color messages are warnings, right? It says that argument not used by format string. So that's right, because if I don't specify the format specify, it will not use that argument. And see, it says total equals, and but it doesn't say the total. Also I have to put a new line. So based on our knowledge we have gained from the previous lesson, so I'm printing a integer, so I have to put the format specifier as %d, and after that I want to print a new line, right? So this will do the trick, as you are aware. And if you run this, now you will see the total is equal to 15, right? So let's do some decorations now. Let's put a printf at the top, and so in the printf over here, I'm not going to print a variable. I'm just going to say like a topic heading called my calculator, right? And let's run and see how we will see it, right? So you can see my calculator in the output. So then I want to say put underline, right? So underline that. So but just underlining, to give the feeling of underlining, I'm just putting some spaces like this, and let's run this. Click the run button. You can see now it's underlined. Let's say I want to keep a space after that, right? So if I want to keep a space after that, what I will do is like just a printf with a new line, right? So let's run. So I'm just running step by step so you can see how it's gradually getting built up. So you can see my calculator, right? Likewise, total is 15, right? So it's adding numbers. Now let's say I want to do few more things. I want to subtract, multiply, divide, So I'm going to take 4 copies of this, and let's say this is answer 2. This time I want to say number 1 subtract number 2, right? Okay, so and then let's say subtracted value, right? So after subtracting, it's answer 2, right? Then this, let's multiply this, right? So then this, let's declare the variable as answer 3, right? So then it's multiplication. Then you print answer 3, and let's divide over here. So it's division. Let's declare this variable as answer 4, right? So after you divide, let's say this is answer 4, right? Awesome. Now let's run this and let's see whether it works. So the two numbers are 10 and 5. Total is 15, subtract is 5, multiplication is 50, divide is 2. That's great, right? Awesome. So this lesson just combine what you learned in the previous lessons, and we made a simple calculator, right? And these are comments over here. So this is simple practical, right? Now let's look into the rest. So the lesson plan, we did practical demonstrations, and we did a simple calculator. And in this lesson we did not refer Apple Developer Docs and API, but we'll be referring in the next few lessons. So have a look at our other videos for practicals on Objective-C, and we are very excited to see you in our next lesson. See you in the next lesson.